Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Proshare. If you're not in Proshare, you're not in the right place, but happy to have you here. This is the 10th year, the 10th anniversary, the 10th cohort of Proshare. So we're going to call this Proshare X. Sounds kind of cool, doesn't it?
It's actually next year.
I welcome all you to the Proshare family. It's amazing that over the years, how many people have been part of Proshare and how it feels like you have a connection with them. I meet people, I interview people, I talk to people, and Proshare comes up. And somehow, even though we're completely different, coming from different places, we have that bond and connection. So I want you to look around you, take a look at people in this group. You all are part of the Proshare family, this 10th cohort, and you're going to be connected probably for the rest of your career at UCLA. Even though you've got your own group, the Proshare group, the Proshare overall is a large and very much powerful networking opportunity. So I hope you'll take advantage of that. I also want to welcome a new cohort this year. We're trying something a little bit different. We've decided to invite our retiree community into this. So welcome retirees. For newcomers, this will provide an opportunity for mentoring, and retirees, it will connect you with what's going on with the UCLA community now. So welcome. A few administrative issues before we get started. I'd ask everyone to name themselves in Zoom by your group number at the beginning. So you see, mine says 4 Mark Lucas. If you can name yourself your group number and then your name. If you don't remember your group number, take a look at the email that was sent to you. This will allow us to easier and quicker get into breakout rooms. Also want to remind you to sign the pledge. Carla Gonzalez will be sending you a DocuSign. If you can do that, that would be great. And that'll be sent after the meeting. As I mentioned, we're in the 10th cohort, and our Proshare logo and our branding has been around for 10 years as the same. We have a lot of brilliant minds on this call. So we'd encourage you, maybe it's time to get creative. If you feel so inclined to maybe work on a new logo, work on a new Zoom background, something, there may be a prize for you in it. So we'd ask you to think about that. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Because of time, we're skipping introductions this year. Usually we go around and have everyone introduce themselves. This year, we thought it's better to spend more time in your breakout room with your group. So that will be the bulk of this meeting. I'm going to turn things over to Parma, who will lead the rest of this meeting, but welcome aboard and welcome to Proshare.
Thank you, Mark. So, folks, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I would very much like to tell you a little bit of Proshare. Some of you are old timers and you already know, and some of you are fresh faces. So let's start. I'm Parma Sigurdsson, and this will be either my 6th or 7th time of doing Proshare. And I'm really, really happy to see a lot of new faces here. So thank you for deciding to join this amazing program. So you probably have noticed that you're all muted, but you do have the ability to unmute yourself at any time you want. Also, if at any point, if you want to ask a question, you're very welcome to raise your hand. And with that out of the way, let me move ahead. What is Proshare? So welcome to Proshare. And I'm really glad that you have taken this step to do something for your professional life at UCLA. If you know how this university works, you'll agree that we tend to stay confined within our own work environment, within our workspace, and very rarely reach out to people who are next door or even know what the next door people are doing. So that is sort of our siloed life. And in that context, take a look at this screen and tell me if this sounds even remotely familiar or something that might sound like your life. I'll give you 5 seconds. So if this is how you feel about approaching people, or, whenever you hear the word networking, quote unquote, you are not alone. I am completely there with you. I've been a lifelong introvert, and even the idea of reaching out to people, like starting a conversation or even asking a question, it used to just chill me to my core. It was a very scary prospect. But I learned something when I did the PDP, which I strongly recommend. One of our resource person defined networking for me at one point, and that really hit very close to home, which was network is that elusive thing for each individual that by the time you need it, it is too late to build. So it is something that is important. It was like a light bulb moment for me. And I realized that we are social creatures. We need to learn to grow and to thrive. And for that, we need each other. And networking doesn't have to be a dirty word, not if you approach it with true and authentic intent and look at it with sincerity and not something that is transactional. And that's where I believe where Proshare serves a great purpose for UCLA campus. Sorry, there. So what is Proshare? This is a signature initiative by the AMG that runs for 6 months, usually from January through June. The goal of this program is to place small groups of people from all over UCLA who meets at least once a month, hosted by a different member of the group each time, in any format or setting that is preferred by that group, and build authentic and organic relationships that hopefully will one day lead to creation of strong bridges across campus that can channel knowledge, support, and friendship. So in 2023, this year, we are offering Proshare with a little bit of a new twist. Historically, the program has been open to all UCLA staff. Starting this year, we are introducing a new resource, our amazing retiree community, as Mark had mentioned earlier. They have so much to teach us, and I'm very much looking forward to their mentorship and advice. We have tried to place at least one of these great resources with each of the group, and when you go into your breakout rooms, you'll probably discover who they are. So I wish you all the best on that. Another new element, as Mark had alluded to, is that we have 2 solely remote groups this year. We have been sort of playing around with our formatting from year to year, particularly since the pandemic started. So we noticed that there are still some members of the campus community who are solely working from home or mostly working from home. And they indicated that in their application form that they could only do Proshare if they are doing it exclusively virtually. So we have taken that into heart, and we have taken that into consideration, and there are 2 groups that are exclusively virtual. So I would love to find out at the end of it how that works out, but yeah, good luck with it. So with that, I would like to pass the mic to Hamida, who will tell you about what activities you can do when you're doing Proshare.
All right. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Okay, cool. I am Hamida. I'm going to be the group liaison for group 3. So I look forward to meeting my team members later in our breakout session. But I'm going to run you through a couple of slides about Proshare. What can I gain from Proshare? So this is my 3rd time participating in Proshare, and it's a really great opportunity to really learn about other parts of UCLA and to learn and make friends with other colleagues that you would never ordinarily meet, talk to, have anything to do with. This campus is huge. We have thousands of people that come in and out of this campus every day. So having the opportunity like this program to get to know some other people who do other things, other buildings, other skills that they have is really huge. So really build that network, make new friends, get out there. Now that the pandemic is quasi over, it'll be great for actually having some in-person interactions as well. Yeah, so this is a great opportunity. And next slide. So how is this done? The commitment is actually not that heavy, so not to worry. We ask each group to meet at least once a month, but you can meet more often. The meeting should be at least a 1-hour meeting once a month, and then it's hosted by a different member of the group every time. It can be in person now that the pandemic is quasi over. It can be a mixed format where you maybe meet in somebody's office or a conference room or somewhere else. And then you also have a laptop available for the team members who may not be able to make it to in person. What we would like each team member who's hosting that month's meeting to do a mini presentation, no pressure, mini presentation about who they are, what they do, run us through your department. What does your day-to-day look like? When you get there in the office at 8 a.m., what do you do till 5 o'clock? We have so many titles and job descriptions at UCLA, but yet what we do might be so different from what we thought somebody would be doing in their role. So give us a little light into your little world of UCLA. And that's everything that's within the group is always a confidential setting. So if you have to vent, if you have to ask for advice, if you ask for anything during the group meetings, we really know and are trustful of our members that all of these conversations are all confidential. This is here to support you in your role, and in your future for UCLA. All right, so just keep that in mind. This is for you. Next slide. Again, this is very flexible. Okay, the team members will decide when they want to meet, how often they want to meet, how they want to meet. We ask at minimum for one meeting a month of 1 hour. Okay. It is also recommended if the meeting is going to be over Zoom that you do have your cameras on. It is always wonderful to connect a face to a name and kind of get rid of a little bit of that anonymity we have on campus when we really don't know folks and we just talk to them on the phone or over email. You are here at the launch today. That's great. And keep in mind, there is a wrap up in August. It was an early, I think, first or second week in August last year, and we may do something like that as well next year. All right, when you go, yep, one more slide, over. Yes, when we go into our breakout sessions, your group liaisons will have a little sheet ready to be filled out. So we ask the group members to please pick a month that they would like to facilitate a 1 hour meeting for the other team members, the format, the time, and the place. Okay, so we as the group liaisons will take initiative in filling this out with our team, and then we'll have a central location where that sits so that you can always log back into that document and remind yourself when your next meeting is with your team. And I think I have one more slide. Again, super flexible. Make it work for your team. Try to be inclusive of all your team members. Maybe you have somebody in the team that can only do virtual because they live in Riverside County and they never come to campus. Try to be inclusive. Try to, if you're doing it in person, try to include that person as well. You could meet inside of UCLA, outside of UCLA, anything that works for your team. There are no restrictions whatsoever. If you are the host for that month's meeting, make sure to send reminders. If it's a Zoom meeting, send Zoom Outlook invites. If it's in person, tell us the location, give us a little map where to get and where to find you. And again, this is really for you. There's a lot of, this university is big. There's a lot of people. We cannot, throughout the years that we work here, get to know everybody. There might be people who literally have worked here 10 years, have gone in and out of one building and have never set foot in other buildings. So this is your opportunity. Take the opportunity, walk around, look around, meet others, talk to others. This is a huge step for you. I think in your career, you will see from the experience of others who have participated in Proshare over the years. So make the best of it. I know we're all very busy, but try to attend all the meetings, try to make friends, try to connect to the folks in your team, in your team, and yeah, maximize the potential of Proshare for yourself. And I think that was my last slide. And I'm going to give it up to Grace.
Thank you so much, Hamida. So we have some suggested meeting topics for all of you in your guide that you should have received in your email. Some of these include getting to know your group, mentoring, what does it mean to be a mentor? What does it mean to be a mentee? Skills assessment, professional resources, networking, managing up, and learning how to lead. We also have a bonus case study, which you will also find in your guide. Next slide, please. And at the very end, we do invite all of our groups to submit an optional group project. And you can choose from one of the 3 options. The first is a video clip. Create a 60-second video clip letting us know about your journey in Proshare. And project number 2 is a roadmap for career growth. And project number 3, as Mark mentioned, is designing a new logo for Proshare. And whoever wins will receive a special prize at the end. Next slide, please. And finally, we invite you guys to all join us on LinkedIn. We have a very special video podcast that we launch every Thursday called AMG Goals, where we do a 10 to 15-minute video about different professional development topics. So please visit us and follow us on LinkedIn, and you can use the QR code that's on your screen right now to look us up on LinkedIn. And with that, I will hand it over to Kumar.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Grace. You met some of the group leaders already, and you're going to meet your particular group leader in your breakout session. So what's liaison? I said leader, same thing. So what's a group liaison? Group liaison is kind of a bridge between the team and AMG. If there are any issues, they can take it to AMG. They can help you through whatever hurdles you face, things like that. Group liaisons have all gone through Proshare at least once, so they have good experience, positive experience. So they've decided to work on this again. They will participate in the monthly meetings and monitor the activities, keep track of people coming and going. If there are people who drop out, how do you deal with it? Things like that. Hopefully that won't happen too much, and we won't have to end up with tiny groups that we have to figure out what to do with, merging with other groups and things like that. And then they're also going to work with you to organize the scheduling of the meetings, and then get it back to Proshare, to AMG. I think that's about all that I wanted to say at this point. And then at this point, we have time for a couple of questions. If people have any questions, unmute yourself and ask if you have questions. You'll have time for more later on. At this point, I'm going to pass it on to Abeba, who's going to talk about the breakouts, I believe.
Thank you, Kumar. So we're going to go ahead and ask and invite everybody to join in the breakout rooms. The number in front of your, oh, there you go. The rooms just popped up here. So these rooms will be led by your group leader, group liaison. You'll be asked to kind of schedule your meetings and come up with the group name and things of that nature. So go ahead and please join your breakout rooms.
If you have any trouble joining the rooms, you should have the freedom. If you have any difficulty, let us know and we'll help. We'll assign you.
Welcome back. All right, so hi, my name is Gina Romero and I'm on the board of AMG. I hope you all had a really robust session. I think we did in my group, and it's really great to already start the networking process and get to know one another. So what we'd like to do now, for simplicity's sake, I'd like to go in numerical order for these groups. So we'll start with group number 1. I'd like your group to kind of come up with, maybe you had a chance to talk about it, one person to report out on what name you've chosen for your group and why. And also talk about the game plan for your meetings and what you're going to do with any absent members. I know in my group, we didn't have the chance to talk about a group name yet, so that will be forthcoming. But we also want to make sure that if you have any burning questions, this is the period of time right now with only 14 minutes to spare in the hour for you to ask them. So maybe, you know, start sending a quick little chat to some of your group members, figure out who you want to present and discuss. Again, if you had the chance to choose a group name and why you chose that name. Talk about your game plan for the meetings. Are you doing Zoom? Are you doing in person? Are you doing a hybrid? Does someone have a cool field trip they're going to take you on? Something like that. And if you had any absent members, what your game plan is there. Finally, any burning questions. So those are the 4 items to discuss with the group. So group number 1. We just need one person to report out.
I got you. We elected. So that was good. Hi. As representative of group number 1, I hope I do justice. Our team name is We're Number 1 because we're direct, we're to the point, and we have lofty goals. So we're hoping that this is inspiring for us all as a team name. And then as far as our game plan for our meetings, we've assigned each month to the people who are present. Those who are not present, our leader will be reaching out to them just to confirm which months. We have some flexibility if we need to move around. Each assigned person per month will be reaching out to the group with like a poll to figure out the exact date and time. We all have a little bit complicated schedules and we want to make the most of that. We're planning to be flexible also on Zoom versus in person. It sounds like we prefer to be in person as much as we can. And if there are issues that pop up, we can flex to a hybrid situation. It also looks like we're, at least for me, I'm going to try to have mine at my work so I can show them what I do. It looks like that will be an option depending on the individual and what their role is. And we're going to be focusing in these sessions on organic conversation. Kudos to my teammate, Erica, to really deal with what do we do? What are we dealing with? And maybe there could be some nice dialogue about that, lessons learned from each other to benefit each individual member of the team.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, group 2, who's the lucky person?
I was wondering if maybe one of our teammates, we did not have the opportunity, my sincere apologies. We had organic conversation and we did not appoint, but maybe Hannah, would you mind?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. Hi, everyone. So in group 2, we decided on the name the 7 Explorers because there's 7 of us and we're all very into kind of traveling, exploring LA, all of those pieces. So our name is the 7 Explorers. We're going to connect over Teams. We didn't quite break down who gets what month yet. So we're going to do that on a Teams team. We're all big fans of the platform. And in addition, because there are 7 of us, we're going to meet, we kind of tacked on an extra month. We're going to meet through July and going to meet once a month with each person taking on 1 month. So we're really excited to get going, get exploring and sharing. Some of us are relatively new to UCLA. Some of us have been around at UCLA. And so really looking forward to the opportunity and sharing institutional knowledge as well as, you know, knowledge of LA and the area.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, group 3.
Hello, everyone. So I am the group liaison for group 3. So we did decide, so the name, first of all, we haven't made a final decision, but we're between the A team, the dream team, coffee please team, one of those. So we'll nail it down at our first meeting. We have scheduled our first meeting for February and it's going to be in person. So it was overwhelming that everybody wanted to actually get together. So all of our members will be coming to my office. So I'll be the first person to host. And we have also settled on the other months and who will be facilitating those as well. So we are well on our way. And it was very wonderful to see my team members today and looking forward to the rest of the year.
I'll say thank you so much. All right, group 4.
Okay, hi. So group 4, we decided to call ourselves the 405s. because most of our conversation was about trying to find a way of working up to meeting in person. We all live in disparate areas, but we all take the 405, hence our name. We talked about our mutual connections. We all agree Parma is great. Thank you, Parma, for organizing this. And we're excited to have a safe space to share our thoughts, our dreams, and our networking opportunities.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, group 5.
Hi, Jenny reporting for Group 5. We have a fairly good variety of folks coming from tech backgrounds, medicine, UCLA Health, as well as management. We're definitely all in the same goal of coming into the leadership role. So our name is Tachycardia, not tachycardia, tachycardia, haha. And we're going to be pretty flexible with our meeting times. We already have determined the months that we're going to be meeting, and it will be in a hybrid fashion. So hopefully we'll have a chance to introduce everyone to our work surroundings, but also have the Zoom capability available. Well, thank you. So shout out to our team. And we're going to be very ambitious with our project. So we're definitely set on doing project number 2, Roadmap for Career Growth, but we're also looking into project 1 and 3 in that order of priority. So go Tachycardia.
Thank you so much. All right, next up is my group. I'm happy to do it for us, but if someone would like to do it, that would be wonderful. Okay, I'll go ahead and do it. So we did not have the chance to pick a group name yet, but that is forthcoming. We had one absent member and I will be reaching out to them. Let's see, we are going to do a hybrid approach to meetings. Roughly every other meeting will be in person. That way we're not too stressed with committing to every 4 weeks in person and having the stars align and, you know, the 405 is clear and we're all getting there. And then our group, we discussed a big thing we talked about was our goals. So we'll discuss the projects at our first meeting, which will be via Zoom later on this month. But we talked about goals and things that we want to get out of the program. So that was a big topic of discussion, as well as getting to know one another. All right, next up, group 7, please.
Hi, I'm happy to do it. We didn't get a chance to assign someone. So just like you, Gina, we couldn't really come up with a final name because we have 2 absent members, but we are between the Magnificent 7 and the 7 Wonders of UCLA. So we'll finalize it with our absent members. We are going to be meeting by Zoom because most of us are remote. And a big thing that we also talked about is also the goals and what we want to get out of Proshare, and yeah, and just getting to know one another as well. So I will be reaching out to our other team members who couldn't make it today, and that's it.
Great, thank you so much. All right, group number 8.
Group number 8 does not yet have a name. We didn't get to it, but it seems I have now established a trend. We will be meeting every 2 weeks. My group also met every 2 weeks last year. So we'll have plenty of time for great conversations and plenty of meetings. Everybody's going to get to share and hear out what we have to say to each other. We also didn't talk about a project yet. So hopefully during our first meeting, we'll have a name and a project for everybody. And I believe that's it. Right now, we still have 2 members missing that didn't show up today. So once I reach out to them, I'll have a better understanding if we're going to keep everything that we discussed today.
Great, thank you so much. All right, group number 9, please.
Hi, so our group name is 9 is Fine. It came out of conversation. We weren't going to choose a group name. Shane said 9 is fine, and there it was. We just knew that had to be our group name. So we did assign, not all our members were present today. Parma will reach out to those who weren't able to attend, but we did tentatively schedule for monthly meetings. We didn't decide whether they were going to be in person or Zoom, likely a hybrid model, depending on people's availability. We did do a scheduled every third Thursday, and we haven't decided on projects yet, but we're gonna, once we talk to the rest of the members, we'll make those decisions.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, group number 10.
Hi, everyone. Group 10, we decided to name ourselves the Third Thursdays, or excuse me, not the Third Thursdays, the Third Fridays. I'm already messing up our name. The Third Fridays, because we are meeting every third Friday each month. Right now, we kind of identified the irony behind the fact that that might change and will still be called the Third Fridays, but so we kind of came up with group name. We started discussing schedule. We discussed a little bit about topics and things we wanted to do. We will continue that conversation during our next meeting and kind of explore what direction we want to take our group in. So
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, group 11.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we didn't actually make too many decisions in our group as we had 3 members missing. So we want to just make sure that we reach out to folks to get involvement before we make too many decisions. So we have not settled on a group name yet. We figured we'll have some time to determine that once we get more participation. But we did decide who would be hosting the first 2 meetings. We'll be starting in February, and it will be a hybrid meeting. And Christina, who's leading that meeting, will reach out to the members who were not present and will, poll folks on times that are good. And I think we'll probably do a lot more of the discussions about meetings moving forward, preference for in-person or online during our first meeting. But, I think we're all looking forward to expanding our networks, building friendships across the campus, and taking the opportunity to really learn from one another.
Wonderful. Well said. Thank you so much. All right, so now we'll go ahead and pass over the floor to Patty, our wonderful and fearless AMG board chair. Patty, I'll go ahead and have you take it away.
Thank you, Gina. I just want to thank all of you for being here today. I especially want to thank our board who helps support all of the programming that we do. I want to thank our Proshare committee with a special thank you to Parma, who's been doing this for, I believe, everyone's volunteering their time. This is definitely a labor of love for everyone, and I truly hope that my internet's a little unstable. I apologize. I'm gonna take my video off for a second. Just want to say, I hope that you thoroughly enjoy this, the next 6 months, that you make friendships, that you make connections, that you learn from each other and help, each other grow in your careers. And, personally, professionally, we just really want you to take as much as you can from this experience. And it's really great to see so many familiar faces from when I first was here at UCLA in my early days to now. So I'm so happy that you're all here, and I will see you at the closing in June. Hopefully my internet will be better.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, AMG, and thank you, the new cohort. Thank you, group liaisons. Well, see you all again at the wrap up. Have a wonderful Proshare experience. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.